Here's the latest episode of Life in Chaos.
I want to see.
Mm.
Hello and
Hi.
welcome back
Oh, hi.
to
What? Where are we?
the chaos of life.
Dun dun
Yes,
dun.
podcast. The podcast Life Chaos. I am Jennifer, and with me I have
Elizabeth.
Kelly. Yay!
Yay!
All right, well maybe I'm in here by myself. Okay, so
Did I tell you what I made my kids do at school last week?
no.
Or a couple weeks ago? Hobby horse racing.
That's cute.
I was like, you guys aren't gonna like this, but I'm gonna freaking have a
Did you
blast
get a
watching.
video?
I had several.
I love that. Oh, gross. Sorry. I have nasty brown sugar oat milk creamer in my coffee. And as it settles towards the bottom,
Yeah.
shit's
That's why I use caramel, because then it's like a treat at the bottom.
treats. Elizabeth, what joke do you have for us today? We need a joke.
I was prepared last time, but we didn't use it, and now let me consult my.
No, not your jokes running away from you.
Better catch it.
Why did the toast go to school?
Oh God.
Because it wanted to be a little Britty and for life. Wanted to be a little Britty.
I don't get it. Anyway, I found a book called "How to Solve 50% of Your Problems."
Read the book.
I bought 2.
Excuse me. Ew, that's nasty. It is a beautiful day here in the city of Mind Your Business. And,
Beautiful day.
and have you heard about the restaurant?
Wait, I can't remember. I've heard it, but I can't
Great
remember.
food, no atmosphere.
Yeah. So I went to buy some camo shorts the other day. Couldn't find any.
Speaking of buying things,
Yeah.
since you are now another size down,
Yes.
there is a really big sale going on at Torrid, which has great pants and shorts.
I need.
Wonderful, like lightweight jeans and
Yes.
things like
So
that.
I
So
did try on these smaller pants, and they fit, and they're buttoned, and
It's
they
just not
zip.
as comfortable as
They're
you.
just not as comfortable, right? So I'm like,
You know,
the nice thing about them
yeah, I love Torrid.
is the stretchy.
Oh yes, and these have a stretch in the. So a former person had a delivery, and we brought it into the office, and we kept it, and we let them know, hey, your delivery's here if you want to pick it up. They had already moved out and everything, and then they go, I'll come get it. I'll come get it. I'll come get it. 3 years later,
you're like, they ain't coming.
they ain't coming. So free fall. So I'm wearing those pants, and they were stitch fit.
You know, I used to run a dating service for chickens, but I had to
What's it
close it
called?
because I was struggling to make hens meet.
No.
My wife told me to stop acting like a flamingo, so I put my foot down.
I asked the groom why it was always tired. It sighed. I've been sweeping all week. Honestly, someone has to clean up my act.
What's the difference between Iron Man and Aluminum Man? Or, as they say in other countries, aluminium.
Aluminium. What?
Iron Man stops the bad guy. Aluminum Man foils their plans.
Speaking of, I need some aluminum foil when I get home. Anywho, so we are talking today about what if I could take 2026
Mm.
back
Back.
to 1996. Let's imagine it's 1996. No smartphones, no podcasts, no social media,
No internet.
no internet, no constant notifications
Or, let me rephrase. No internet, like,
as we have.
publicly available for everyone.
Yes.
It was, but it wasn't what it is today.
Well, yeah. There was no Google.
That's not.
No, but I'm just saying. But you know what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. There was Ask Jeeves.
You're outside more than you're online. You had to call someone's house phone and hope they would pick up. And if they didn't, oh well, try again later.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Phones.
and you better not get up during a commercial to go to the bathroom, because if
Yes.
you missed that episode,
There's no pause button.
mm-mm.
Now imagine you can take everything you know from 2026 and take it back to 1996. What would you keep? What would you leave? And what would you do completely different?
figure out how to get my Irish citizenship.
So I was 16 in 1996. Okay.
Good for you, if you know what I mean.
So I would take the knowledge that I have now of what our future selves are evolving into and what the future society is evolving into, and would have taken school more seriously. I would have taken I think we've talked about this a little bit before. I would have taken my orchestra instrument playing more seriously. So therefore, that I could go over to Paris and not live here and play in the orchestra in Paris. Elizabeth, what would you take? What would you do differently? What would you change?
I would I do a lot more with my family, my grandparents that meant the world to me and my mom, and I probably would have told my father off a hell of a lot sooner. There's a lot of little things I would have done differently. I mean it's hard to think about it because like there are certain aspects of every year of my life that were great.
Yeah.
And there are certain aspects of every year of my life that weren't great. So I'd really have to think about it. I'd have gotten a different degree in college. That's for damn sure. Make some more money.
Facts.
I think what I would have done differently is I would have be kinder to myself,
Mm-hmm.
to accept myself for who I was,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, planned ahead.
Yeah. So let's be honest, 1996 felt simpler. Not necessarily easier, but simpler because there was, yes.
But was it also, did it feel simpler because we were so much younger?
That and because there was less noise,
Yeah.
less comparison, less pressure to consistently be on. Because if you think about it, our phones put that what?
It depends on where you were and where you grew up and what was expected of you and all of
That's
those
true.
things.
That's
'Cause,
true.
like, there was a pretty high bar I was expected to reach, and if I didn't do it,
Mm-hmm.
it was bad.
Well, I mean, okay, so my biggest thing is when I say let's take it back, we're removing the smartphones, we're removing the cell phones, we're
Right.
removing the social media, right? So, yes, you may have had pressure in your family growing up back then, but you didn't have the added pressure of, sorry, what the fuck just fell in my mouth? You didn't have the added pressure of social media. Oh, I'm comparing myself to this person, or oh, this person is doing it. I'm not.
Oh,
Or, oh, this.
That's definitely much worse now,
Mhm.
but the reality was my experience
Yeah.
was,
It was hard then too.
well, when I talk about, like, being bullied,
Mm-hmm.
like, I had 2 years
Mm-hmm.
where an entire school refused to speak to me,
Mm.
where they would look right at me and say, "Did you hear something? I didn't," and walk by.
And where are those little shitheads now?
And
But taking
but
back what you now
it
know is
felt
knowledge.
as big as...
Oh yeah, for sure. So what would we not bring back? Oh, because because everything from 2006 doesn't need to go back. What we would not bring back, the constant need to check our phones.
True.
Because we didn't have them. That too. The pressure to respond
He's
immediately.
already there.
Yeah,
He
but
wasn't president.
He's not president. He's a fucking toddler. The comparison culture, which I'm gonna stop right there because the comparison culture
fair.
was happening then.
Oh, God, yeah.
The idea that life has to look a certain way. Again, I'm gonna take that off the table because truthfully,
Mhm.
your cousin is married to a lawyer and this and already has this, and you don't have this, that, and well, shut the fuck up. I don't care.
I'm not my cousin.
I'm not my cousin. But there was a lot of stress. That's where a lot of stress lives. 1996 didn't have as much. That's bullshit. Yes, we did.
It's just different.
It was very different. But then I wonder, what would we bring back? What would we bring back from 1996 to now?
Ooh, in schools, bring back fucking textbooks and written things.
Mm-hmm.
How about I told my volleyball team, we were practicing offsite and there were like waivers.
Yeah.
And the kids had to sign them too. I'm like, everybody sign your name on these.
Oh, boy.
And I'm looking at them and I'm like,
They don't know.
well, holy hell.
Yeah. Everything is electronic.
They're like, what is a signature? I'm like, sign your name. They just write it. Their first name.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, can we have a class on this,
Yeah,
please?
exactly. I grew up when I was growing up in high school, we had a class called Consumer Math. I didn't want to take it. I thought it was bullshit, but I'm so glad I did.
About where you like go to the store and you figure out all the.
Well, we never took a field trip on it, but yeah, so we would learn how to balance a checkbook. Know that just because checks were in the checkbook didn't mean that money was in the Sorry. We would learn how to write a check. We would learn what a money order is. And like we would learn all these things, how to do your taxes, all of it. And I thought it was so amazing. I got an A in that class and I hate math, but I got an A in that class because I'm like, this is awesome. You're telling me already how to be an adult before I'm an adult. And so when I was working my job, I knew how to save my money and I knew what percentage would go here and I could spend only this much and now I'm like, oh shit. Now it's a whole different story. But they need to bring classes like that back. Yes.
We did that with our kid
Uh-huh.
using a card called Greenlight.
Yes.
Highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and for years we've made him work on a signature.
Yeah. You have to.
Like,
Yeah. I'm teaching our kids how to do cursive. I'm teaching them, hey, this is your fractions go into cooking, right? Everything crosses over. Because when we're growing up and we're in algebra, we're like, when the hell am I ever going to use this shit?
mm-hmm.
That was always the question. When am I ever going to need this? But you do. Because if you want to measure how to cut out for a wood frame something, you have to know your fractions, your measurements, and things like that. If you want to be a chef, you need to know what a quarter cup is or a quarter teaspoon or whatever the case
Or
is.
so for baking, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you want a double batch.
It's that. And if you want to end up being a CPA, you need to know numbers. You want to learn how to close loans, you need to know what those interest rates mean, what that percentage is called. So I think they do need to bring it back. And some things that we would laugh about now that we thought were cool back then, acid wash jeans.
They're back.
Jeez, don't tell my husband.
Neon,
Neon?
Converse, Chuck Taylors.
Mhm. If we walked into 1996 with 2026 knowledge, we'd be looking around like, wait, you mean to tell me we had to memorize phone numbers? Does anybody remember a phone?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. You had to print directions before leaving the house, or
Mhm.
you get the map,
Mhm.
fold up map.
Mhm.
I never folded those back right.
Nobody did. Nobody did.
Whoever folded them in the first place is a fucking genius.
It was a machine.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take it.
Here.
You couldn't just Google something. MapQuest was a thing.
Bring back the card catalog at the libraries.
Or the microfiche.
Oh, that was cool, yeah. They still use it at courthouses a lot.
Well, yeah, because some of the stuff can't be digitalized. But at the same time, there are some things nice about not having immediate answers. You had to figure things out. You had to be patient, ask people, and learn through experience. Yeah, if you ever lost directions or something, or you're driving down the road and your directions fly out the window, or the map is like it's missing the
Yeah.
piece or whatever the case is, you'd stop at the nearest gas station and be like, hey, where am I going, Tom? Because we all knew everybody, especially if you grew up in a small country town, you knew everybody. What would you tell your 1996 self besides be kinder to yourself?
Bring those Doc Martens with you.
Maybe you don't have to rush. Did we feel like we were always rushing to do things or to complete things? Did we feel like we were rushing to grow up?
We always rush to grow up. I mean, every
I think that's human nature.
does.
Mm-hmm.
And you're also utterly convinced that you will never be as old as your parents.
Yes. And it takes me back to that movie, 13 Going on 30, where she goes back to being 13, knowing what she knows. You don't need to prove anything. I'm going to keep that. Like, I feel like you don't need to prove anything. And then you're going to figure it out. I mean, that to me, that's true. things will happen when they need to happen. You will find a way to figure things out. And then, of course, enjoy where you are because life does move fast. Knowing that life moves as fast as 495 traffic
Well, and
on a Saturday afternoon, it don't go that fast.
and the people you care about and the people you love, make sure you remind them often.
Yes. Yeah.
Because one day
Go in for that hug.
you can't.
Yeah. Go in for that hug just because. Go in for that, saying I love you. Spending that extra moment of, hey, do you want to go to the mall? Yes. Or hey, do you want to go grab pizza? Yes. Saying yes more than no. What did 1996 get right? Anything? Bueller?
No, 1996 was actually a year of independence. I had an apartment with roommates. I was on my own. I was going places. I was doing things. I was working. I was finishing up college. I was
Wow.
all of it.
Jeez, I was just living my high school life.
I probably
I was
the
25 years old. Leave me alone.
the first 10 months were pretty good. Finished up my first year of college, started my second, had found a new sport that I was actually really good at. I mean, it was good. The end of it was not good, but
You're 8 years older than me. You said
71?
you were 25? Yeah, my husband's 8 years older than me. So I was telling this to Elizabeth before. I said when 91, when he graduated high school, I was 11.
89 when I graduated. You were-
I was 9. So it's crazy because
You're
then
9?
in 89, yeah, I was 9.
Okay, so you were born in 1980.
Yeah.
So I'm 9 years old.
Oh, yeah. So it's crazy because when you think about it, back then, if we look at ages, like, oh my gosh, so much big age gap. But I feel like when we get to 30,
yeah, you reach a point where it's
how does the age gap kind of shrink a little
yeah.
bit?
Because you have more years than it's a percentage of.
Yeah.
And I mean,
To
they're
your goals and they become more adult.
and aligned with
Or
age brackets as
responsibilities.
opposed to just your
Yeah.
you
I also
know,
feel like, too, if you were forced to grow up faster than your peers, um, you age.
Yeah.
Just, you age faster.
Mature for your age.
Yeah, that shit is bullshit. But I feel you age faster. Because, again, I was held responsible to raise 2 kids at the age of 11 and again at 13. So again, my brothers pop out and she's like, here you go. What the fuck? So yeah, I feel like that age gap just kind of shrinks a little bit and it doesn't seem so shocking.
I think once you hit a certain age, it's no longer a situation where they're half your age.
Yeah. Yeah.
you
But it's
know.
so funny because
And it also, once you're like not a child anymore,
Mhm.
that doesn't mean that a 70-year-old dating a 20-year-old is okay.
Oh, you mean like on Age of Attraction where he was 60 and she was 25?
I did once.
Like,
Prior to Elizabeth, I did once.
Yeah,
But
I couldn't do it.
mm-mm.
And then now that I am over 40, she's like, "Would you date?" Yeah, no. That means if I can push you out of my body.
Oh god,
Well,
no. But I think if you the three of us were in that group of having to
Mhm.
grow up.
Very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're kind of a skewed.
it's so weird because there's such a dichotomy of having to be an adult
Mhm.
and being really innocent.
Mm.
Uh,
That's a good point.
and things may have happened to you that were not innocent at all.
Correct.
Don't get me wrong.
Correct.
But there was still this sense of the world having a belief about how it should be, how it was meant to be, and how this was not typical.
Mhm. Mhm.
That as you become an adult, you realize, oh no, it's far than we think it is, and it sucks.
So I'm wondering though, could we find the balance between then and now? We don't need to go backwards. Well, we can't. But we can learn from where we came from. We can take some of the simplicities from 1996 and bring them into today, right?
Yeah.
We can add more awareness because we have the functionality of social media and our smartphones, and everything is so instant now. And we can keep the growth because we always talk about keep growing. Because back to our first episode of the new year was, what is your word for 2026? And somebody in this room said growth.
That was me.
Yay! And let go of a lot of the pressures, right? Because right now we have a lot of pressure on us.
Yeah.
Pressure to perform, pressure to be the best daughter, the best wife, the best mom, the best worker. We have so much pressure. So learning to let go of some of that, but in a way that is not giving up, but setting those hard boundaries. Yeah. Anything else y'all got?
I should have kept that leather jacket.
She's talking about a lot of clothes here. Them Doc Martens, leather jacket. All right, y'all. If you could take it back to 1996, share with us what you would bring back with you from 2000.
Bring back with you.
To 1996. If you don't have anything and you're happy with how your life is,
Well,
congratulations.
yeah. What's your secret?
Exactly. All right. Just remember, let's slow down and let's be present and let's trust the process. Until next time, take care of yourself.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life in Chaos. Please email us with any questions, suggestions, or if you want to be part of the show, lifeinchaospodcast@gmail.com.